A Florida mom is outraged and considering legal action after her son was voted out of kindergarten. Melissa Barton says her son's teacher had his classmates say what they did not like about 5-year-old Alex, who is a special needs child. And then the teacher had the students vote. And by a margin of 14-2, they voted Alex out. Joining us from West Palm Beach in an exclusive interview is Melissa Barton and her son Alex. Good morning.
Good morning.
Melissa,
Good morning.
How had Alex been doing in school prior to all of this?
Alex has had his trials with behavior in school. Basically due to what he's going through inside his own body and inside his own mind. We're currently in the process of being diagnosed with Asperger's, which is a form of autism.
Right. So he was having some trials in school, certainly clear. The school was well aware of it. They brought in some extra help with him for a couple of days a week. What happened at school then last week?
Last week, excuse me, I'm so sorry. I went to pick up my little guy here, and he said, "Mommy, 14 kids voted me out of my class." Mm-hmm. And at first I was a little shocked. I didn't quite understand. I thought maybe he was confused about what he was talking about. Mm-hmm. And then he added the nurse. So I went to the nurse and I asked her, "What is this voting thing Alex is talking about?"
Right.
And she pointed to his classroom and said, "You need to go in there and talk to her."
Right. So you go in to talk to the teacher, and what does she say? How does she explain this?
She basically tells me everything. She said that she stood Alex up in front of all of his peers, and one at a time she asked the peers to tell Alex what they don't like about him. And in Alex's words, it was, "Tell Alex what we hate about you." And, it's just so, the fact that anybody could do that to a 5-year-old. But beyond that, she asked them each individually to have a vote if Alex deserved to stay in the class or not.
Wow.
And, this is not Survivor. This is reality. This is a child's life in kindergarten. And how can anybody possibly decide on if my child's worthy on staying in kindergarten based upon a disability?
Yeah.
Even if he was not disabled, my son has every right to have an education. And for her to include 5-year-old children and 6-year-old children to be able to say, we don't like Alex because he eats crayons, or we don't like Alex because he hides under the table or spins in circles, that's just wrong, and it's not fair. So each child voted Alex out. There were 2 children who said that he deserved to stay. And after the vote, his teacher, Ms. Portillo, said, "Alex, how do you feel now?" And he said, "I feel sad." And she said, "Where are you going to go?" And he said, "I'll go to the office and sit with the principal." And she said, "They don't want you there." And I'm so sorry. It's just really hard for me. It's just so frustrating.
And let me just interrupt a second, because Alex had actually made some friends in this class, and one of the children that he had made friends with felt like he had to vote Alex out of the class. Is that right?
Alex has only made really one true friend in his life, Spencer, and he's a beautiful little boy who played with Alex, and they played very well together. There was a dance where they danced together and had a great time, and this little boy was asked not once but twice. And the first time he was asked about voting Alex out, he said he wanted Alex to stay in the class. And then she said his name again, and I can only imagine that she must have said it, quite sternly.
Right.
And he decided at that point then he should vote Alex out.
What has the school said to you about all of this, Melissa?
Well, actually, the last conversation I had with the principal of the school was the teacher doesn't feel like she did anything wrong. And they're just glad that there's no criminal charges being pressed against her. And you know what? There are plenty of people who don't think what they're doing is wrong. Al-Qaeda, for one.
Well,
there
hang
are
on a
plenty
second.
of
Let's
abusers
not go
out there.
But you know what? What has been the response online? Because there's been so much support for you about the ordeal that you and Alex have gone through.
I can't even tell you. I work in internet every single day. And I personally did not know the impact that the story would have on not just our nation, but our world. People as far as away from Australia that are sending me emails and support for Alex. Someone created a Facebook for Alex. It's just been absolutely amazing. There's a card drive going on right now for Alex to, send him cards and his support and to show him that he is special, because last Thursday night I heard him repeating over and over, "I'm not special, I'm not special." And so I climbed into bed with him and I said, "What are you talking about? You're not special." And he just basically relived the entire incident over, telling me what everyone said. And he's devastated. I mean, the only friend that you've ever made in your life was forced into this form of abuse. I mean, it's just, it's saddening.
All right. Well, just stay in touch with us, all right? We want to know how this, what the outcome is of all of this. And we thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. And
thank you.
Alex looks nice and safe in his mom's arms there this morning. Thank you very, very much.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Take care.